Hello, Aquarius. It's OMG Tarot, and this is your someone secretly stalking you tarot card reading. Alright, so we're going to get into it with the astrology reading cards, and then I'll surprise you with what's next. So here we go. Who is secretly stalking you? What are their characteristics? Here we go. Capricorn. Alright, so we could have somebody who's stalking you from a place of ambition or a place of like career-wise or competition. The energy around you is serious, materialistic, and hardworking. It bestows shrewdness and cautious ambition. So when we're thinking about Capricorn energy, we're thinking about somebody who is goal-oriented and they want the finer things. They care about their reputation, their social status. So they like a trophy, spouse, somebody that they're proud of, somebody who other people desire. They want to have things that other people want. All right, so that's their energy right there. And then we can have Aries energy in the mix. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. So that's another person who's very ambitious, but it's for different reasons. These Capricorn want the social status, they want the nice things, but Aries, they just have an internal drive to be somebody and to not prove themselves, but to let people know who they are and that they are special, that they bring something to the table. It's more like a personal thing for them. Like they don't want to acquire, it's not like they want to, like they want to be recognized as well, but like for their own personal qualities, whereas they want the accomplishment. So already we have somebody who's very like ambition centric. And then we have Pisces. Now there's the sentimental stuff. There's the hopeless romantic stuff. We got Pisces energy. This energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, and forgiving. It confuses and softens resolve. So we have somebody who's a dreamer, somebody who likes the arts, who likes to make the world beautiful, who is displeased by disgusting things and unpleasant, thought cycles, imagery, I should say. Just gross stuff really grosses them out and it affects them. So when we're talking about a Pisces, we're talking about somebody who is, if they were to be stalking you, it might be for dwelling reasons, like they're unresolved issues with you. They're dwelling on it, can't get past it, because Pisces are known for that. Cancers are known for that as well. But I think that there's like ambition. There's wanting to appear a certain sort of way with Capricorn, and then Aries is like a lot of ego, so caring what people think could play into that as well. And Pisces, this just reminds me of the romance, or either it could be alcohol, it could be like some type of mind-altering obsession. Pisces do get away with that self-undoing thing. Good. So there's a lot going on outside. I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs barking. Good gravy. Get the dog under control out there. My God. Okay, so I'm shuffling the archetype cards to figure out the archetype of this person, because what make model are they? Okay, they could carry the Capricorn, the Aries, the Pisces energy, but what make model are they? And here we go. Ooh, child. So they're in their childlike state, orphan. What their prominent characteristics are stemming from their the orphan sentiment, the orphan archetype. So light attributes, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. Shadow attributes, feelings of abandonment, the stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Okay, so there's that dreaminess as well with the Pisces, the subconscious stuff, the subconscious thoughts that make you kind of act in ways where you're just seeking love, or you have a lack of love in your life, and you develop these tendencies because of that. So again, these two cards are very ambitious, like I said, and there's an absence of like emotional value. Like they think emotions make people weak, right? So then later on in life, once they have all of their accomplishments, then they wonder why they can't have that emotional connection the way that they want. People who care about them, it starts to matter more. They start to get in their Pisces energy. So, and then Pisces are they're kind of secretive about their feelings until they're sure that it's a safe place to let them go. So I feel like there's some type of like childlike, Pisces-like innocence to them, where they've been hurt in the past, or they've been like affected by something where they felt like they had to go it alone, like they had to be on their own. So they have this like maybe have a guard up. They could even just be more oriented around being with somebody, or inquiring about somebody who has been through the ringer as well, or can relate to that type of energy, like they've experienced it with other people. It's just something, some kind of connection to that type of issue in their life, if that's their archetype. If their whole life theme is to like conquer those fears or conquer the independence thing. I think it's a thing for Pisces because they don't have that exterior, that tough exterior thing. And again, the ambition, it means I want to accomplish so much, but I'm like sensitive. So I guess maybe that might be a thing. Like they've never got themselves over that hump of achieving their goals because of the sensitivity or because of this deep dark past thing that has happened to them that does affect them. Maybe there's just one thing that they need to get over or they need to push through, and that's what they're like dwelling on. Now, where do you tie into this? Where do you tie into this? Let's look at the tarot spread to figure that one out. So I'm gonna switch decks here. We're gonna switch it up on the fly. All right, here we go. What in the hell sandwich is this person secretly stalking you about? All right, we're gonna use the Raphael Light Tarot deck. Here's the pack, because a lot of people ask about the decks that I use. Here's the pack that I'm using. The pre-Raphael Light Tarot deck. It's a very pretty deck. And we're figuring out what this person, their make model, what are they stalking you for? What is this about? I guess it could be about careers. You know, it could be about whatever this Pisces romanticism, mystical consideration is. And their upbringing. So let's see. Here we go. Alright, see, again, with the whole let's talk about the past kind of thing. This is Six of Swords in reverse. So this is like moving on. And the fact that it's in reverse is kind of like, are you moving on though? Are you moving on though? Have you been moving on? And that makes me go, no, I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's something affecting this person from moving on. It might have something to do with their career, but that is just the thing that's where we're starting. Then we go with the Hermit. Hermit, soul searching. In reverse though, taking too much time to do the soul searching, not moving on. We have the Ace of Swords. Need to change their ways of thinking. Okay, they need a new perspective. Good gravy. This person's talking. This person might need your help. Then we have the Page of Wands. Another person who goes into research mode and tries to figure stuff out before they make plans, take actions. And finally, we have the Hangman. Lots of waiting. So, okay, this person, it feels like they're stalking you and they're waiting for like the right time. I feel like this is somebody from the past because of the Six of Swords, indicating like that need to move on, or they've moved on, or maybe you thought they moved on but they have not moved on. The Hermit is somebody who does observation or kind of isolates themselves from life, and they observe stuff so they can like grow. But when we're in reverse, we're kind of taking it too far. We're becoming like a hermit / troll who like is like an outcast from society at this point because they're not participating, and so then they become disconnected. It could go down, it could spiral real quick. The Hermit is also associated with Virgo, so you could consider that energy as well. This is a very private person. I guess what could appear to be somebody who has moved on could be somebody who secretly has not moved on. And the Ace of Swords is hovering over Aries, which is another ace, or the ace of the zodiac, the first card, the first sign. The Ace of Swords represents a new thought process, inspiration for a new thought process, a better way of thinking, flipping it around, which is good. Especially if we're coming off of being a hermit for a long time. That may be where they're at when they're stalking you, when they're looking into you. So I feel like this observation here is like, okay, I'm gonna do some independent research of you. I'm gonna look into you, but I'm not gonna let anybody know that I care or that I'm interested, or that, you know what I mean? Like, when you stalk somebody, you don't tell your BFF, you don't tell your family, your siblings, anyone, nothing. Nobody knows about this, right? So that could be, somebody could be stalking. It could be an ex stalking you for sure. I mean, somebody who should have been moved on, or somebody who says they've moved on, but again, they're observing you for a long time. I feel like this Ace of Swords would indicate that maybe they had a shift in like what they're doing. Maybe they're stalking you for a long time and they just started to think differently. And then this Page of Wands is like they're curious and they're all heated being about somebody else. I feel like this, you know what this looks like to me? These 3 cards is like, I was stalking you, I haven't moved on. You know, I'm trying to, like, I should be moving on, but I've been watching your moves longer than I should have been. But I feel like there's just new inspiration right here that changes their way of thinking. I feel like it's sudden because it's, again, it's the swords, man. It's sharp. It's a jolt of like whatever. So this reminds me of somebody who's like sulking. They go to a bar, they meet somebody, they sleep with them, and then they realize, wait a minute, there's a whole world of just hooking up with people. Oh, I don't care about, like, you know, they enter the next phase of grieving or whatever the heck they're going through, whatever moving on means. And I feel like this is it, that Ace of Swords with the Crown. The Crown is always just, you're thinking with the blessings or some divine blessings to it. So I feel like they get a strike of, they get a eureka moment. They stop with the stalking, or maybe they do still stalk, but they just, something else happens, like, and I feel like it's like maybe a sexual hookup or something, or maybe they just get curious and excited about someone else. Anyways, it's a distraction nonetheless. It's a distraction, and they've been bored for a long time, but I feel like it just drags on and off. But I feel like it just shows them the potential that they can be interested in someone else. Meanwhile, they're still stalking you. So I feel like they're trying to move on, but, you know, they need a little encouragement, and when that encouragement happens, that little circumstance, whatever it may be, I wish I could, I'm going to try to pull a clarifier for that. I don't normally pull clarifiers. But, yeah, here we go. 4 of Wands, Twin Flame. I feel like there's some soulmate energy in there for whatever the journey is that they're going through. I'm not saying that they're your soulmate. I'm saying that, yeah, sure, they're stalking you. But I think they're going on their own separate journey where they're, you know, again, waiting for something to change and stuff like that. And they think that things are going to change. But because there's new line of thinking with the Ace of Swords, I feel like they are hopeful. They want things to be different. Maybe they get a little olive branch from something that life throws them, like maybe a temporary spouse, or, you know, a little situationship on their hands to be distracted for a while. But I still feel like they get bored, or they just kind of, they feel abandoned, or they feel left out, or again, they feel like they have to go at it alone. So makes me wonder, this twin flame thing, it just feels like it's kind of like a twin flame journey kind of thing. They want that stable partner. I think that they're just building up their vibrational escrow to manifest that type of partner based on like this type of journey. It's like, oh, I haven't moved on, I have to think differently. When I think differently, there's a shift in focus, good things happen to me. Now I just have to figure out how to manifest that again, you know. And then we have the Limbo card, and then the Hangman is also associated with Neptune, which again is like the mind altering, the mysticism, the illusion of life. Like, you know, when you're really sad, it's like the goggles that the filter that you see the world through when you're sad, or when you're drunk, or when you're high, or, you know what I mean? Like, and you have to really consider that when you're going through any type of extreme emotion, that you're going to see the world differently, and the thoughts that pass through your head are going to be filtered differently because of it. And I think that like Pisces is like, don't get so caught up in a specific person, like when it comes to love and romance, to get caught up in the feelings that you want to feel, and then whoever gives you those feelings is the right person. Like, don't try to pick the shell of the computer instead of the actual motherboard and like components. Like, don't be like, oh, this one's pretty, it has green lights, I'll buy that one. Be like, let me see what's on the inside. Here's the spec. This is and do that for your twin flame soulmate relationships, of course. But this tells me that they're going on like a bigger, like whatever's happening to them is part of a bigger journey for them. And yeah, I'm not saying that they're not your soulmate or they're not your twin flame, but there's twin flame energy involved in their particular journey. All right, so there it is. That is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.